Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today's read will be a general read, so general messages for your zodiac sign, so pretty much whatever comes out here. I will be using two different oracles and we can clarify the energies with tarot as well. So as per usual, the timestamps will be in the description bar below as well as the comments. So let's just get started here. Okay, starting off with Aries, let's see. Okay, guys, so the message that came out for you guys is travel. Long distance communication will open up your life. Exciting experiences for singles and career advancement for others. Okay. Many of you, this is a very positive time for networking. Maybe some of you are making travel plans. Some of you possibly maybe already have as you're watching my read. Energies are fluid, but I feel like traveling or changing your environment is resulting in making new connections, whether they be romantic or platonic. And it also says exciting experiences for singles and career advancement for others. Some of you could be traveling, but you are receiving some sort of a work opportunity, okay? Or it's a creative opportunity as well. Some of you have been wanting to either change your environment or expand in your current career or expand your current business. For my business owners as well. But I'm strongly sensing that you're able to experience something new because of the change of environment. Okay, so maybe some of you could even be like physically relocating if it's not about, taking time off for leisure or traveling. Okay, let's see. What else for Aries? Okay. So we have Gong, an exciting event. Okay, so we have, and it says exciting experiences on the first card as well. So we definitely have something exciting coming up for you. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to clarify all these messages with tarot as well. Okay. And then we also have fan romance celebration parties. Some of you could be invited to some sort of a gathering. And, this is all about saying yes to invitations, but even attending a gathering or accepting some sort of an invitation is leading to meeting new people. Okay. It says romance celebration party. There could even be something in particular that you're celebrating as well, whether it's like a goal that you've attained for yourself. Maybe some of you are hosting something. Let's see. Okay. So we have a couple of messages that came out here. We have February, something that occurred in February you could be having some sort of a full circle moment here. We have success, which is pretty self-explanatory. There's very good news pertaining to your career. And then we have wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Okay. We have scales, keep your life in balance. Some of you could also have Libra placements in your chart. And we have new job or career. Yeah, definitely career advancement, or you no longer resonate with something that you have been doing, whether it's a skill, whether it's quite literally your place of work. But I do see a lot of positive changes when it comes to your career, and we have bird flying news on the way. Okay. So let's go ahead and clarify these messages with tarot. Okay, so let's start off with an exciting event. Okay, and then we also have new job and career. So let's start off with an exciting event. What is the exciting event taking place for Aries? The Queen of Pentacles. This is definitely a positive shift in your career. Some of you have been saving up for like a large purchase, and I see you making that purchase. And I also feel with an exciting event, there's someone in your life that realizes your value, someone who wants to invest in you. So for some of you, this could be generic example, like a mentor. This could even be like a business partnership, someone that you share similar ideas with. But what I'm specifically getting is someone who recognizes your value here. New job and career. Let's see. We have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords, clarifying new job and career. There may be something that's not visible to you in the current moment about a new opportunity when it comes to your career. But I do feel like with the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords, that's letting go of an outdated way of thinking. You may be in your own way, or you are over analyzing a situation where you may be talking yourself out of taking an opportunity that doesn't feel familiar. What is coming your way, you are very much deserving of. But Eight of Swords could kind of be like when we're over analyzing or we're feeding into our pessimistic thoughts. And the Eight of Cups is moving away from a situation that no longer fulfills you emotionally. Maybe you have been working the same job for a while and it was something that once made you happy, but you no longer resonate with it, or you're ready for a change. Maybe you feel overworked or underpaid, but I see you leaving one situation that no longer fulfills you and you're moving towards something that is, going to make you very happy, because a Nine of Cups, bottom of the deck, that's wish fulfillment. But I will say, be very careful with the thoughts that you are feeding into, right? Because the Eight of Swords could either be feeling like you're not worthy of an opportunity, or just over analyzing something and thinking about the worst case scenario. And then we have a celebration or a party with the Fan card. Let's see. The Hierophant. Some of you could be invited to like a wedding, a baby shower, or something to do with your family here. But the Hierophant does indicate like a higher level of commitment, and that's why I did mention wedding. But for others of you, this can also touch on like higher knowledge. So some of you may be taking a new course, okay, or you are developing a new skill, or you're interested in something, but you're wanting to gain more information here. Now, what I'm specifically getting for you, Aries, is you are ready to leave something behind. You absolutely are. This is a card of elevation. So if you do feel any blocks, I feel like it's the thoughts that you are feeding into, or some of you could be in your own way, because there is a large opportunity presenting itself to you, but it's up to us to act on that, energy or opportunity here. So we have wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something else. Okay, let's see. It's like you're ready for the next step, even if you feel like you are not, right? So if you are being presented with an opportunity or some sort of a promotion, but you're like, you know what, it's not the right time, or I need to learn more, or I need to know more. There's something about learning as you go. Three of Pentacles. I don't really see the wedge card as anything negative here, guys. There may be someone around you that admires their work and they could be asking you for help here. And this is very specific. Only take it if it resonates. But those of you that are in some sort of a business partnership, it is very important at this time to use your discernment, okay, with who you are collaborating with. I'm getting a message about possibly choosing an individual to work with, and there may be a decision that you have to make between two people. There's something about a trio not working out. So I don't know how that's going to resonate for you, but it is a general read, so it can resonate in different ways. But I feel like this is something to do with like a workplace setting or some sort of like a business partnership. Then we have bird flying. News is on the way. Okay, what is this news about? The Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. Some of you are receiving news from a Pisces, but the Hanged Man in reverse is coming out of a space that feels very stagnant. So there could be something that you have been inquiring about. Maybe there is a message you've been waiting on, whether it's from a friend, a family member, a lover. Maybe for others of you, it's a job offer that you've been waiting on. But the Hanged Man in reverse, clarifying the bird flying card, is like a situation in your life that has felt stagnant, or an answer, or an opportunity or some form of communication you have been waiting on is coming in for you. We have your life, the scales card. Okay, so get your life in balance. So where is the balance needed in Aries life with the scales card? Okay. We have the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Wands. When it comes to passionate projects, there may be some sort of assistance that would result in you being able to get something done faster as opposed to doing something on your own. Because Ten of Wands is letting me know that you're carrying something on your own, but Knight of Wands could be like a passionate project or something that you're very excited about. But another message that I'm getting is not making impulsive decisions, right? So even if you have this goal in mind, or there's something new that you want to do, or you want a second source of income, there's something about like creating a blueprint or creating some sort of a solid plan prior to acting on this, goal or an idea that you have in mind. And I'm getting something about like you carrying a lot, or let's say that you have an idea, but you're trying to do everything on your own. I think working with someone else, okay, or there's another energy around you that could assist you in one way or another, even if it's not with, every single aspect of that idea. Okay, so those are the messages that are coming out for you guys. Moving on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus, let's see. Okay, does Taurus need to know? Okay, guys, so the message that we have here is reflection. Friendships in your life may come to an end. Others could blossom and become stronger. You're in a period of shedding here. Yeah, you're shedding old skin. There are certain things in your environment, people, places, things that no longer resonate with you. And you're coming into alignment with either a new version of yourself or a new reality that you have been manifesting here. So specifically, when it comes to friendships, you may be outgrowing certain friendships. Okay, Taurus, for others of you, it could be past, friendships or partnerships that you are, it's almost like an energy of like rekindling, or a friendship of your past where you are connecting with someone, but it's in a much stronger way this time, or something is blossoming on more of a stable foundation. So pretty much the message here is releasing possibly some relationships and gaining new relationships here. But I'm specifically getting like connecting with a friend from your past. But you're a little bit surprised at how stable that foundation is. Maybe because it's someone that you haven't spoke to in set amount of time. But I also see you outgrowing certain dynamics. Many of you could also be in a space of looking at, your friendships and kind of asking yourself, what are these friendships doing for me? And are these individuals meeting me halfway? Or am I the one, holding on to this relationship? Am I the one that is doing, all the work or putting forth all the effort here? Okay. So let's see. What else for Taurus? Okay, guys, so this is a larger deck, so I split it into two. So we have two cards so far. I'm just going to shuffle the other half of it here. Okay, what else for Taurus? Okay. Alrighty. So we have the message egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. Okay. We have rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And I'm going to clarify all these messages with tarot, guys, okay? And then we have kite, vacation. And we have it followed by older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. Okay. So first and foremost, Taurus, I feel like with the egg card that reads success assured with good plans and hard work, intuitively what I'm picking up on, some of you, you could have a vision of what you want when it comes to your career, or maybe you're a business owner, but there's something about having a solid plan, maybe writing down, a step-by-step plan of how you're going to attain that goal. because I feel like some of you are thinking about something, but you haven't really, like, you're trying to solidify it, but maybe you feel bombarded by so many different thoughts or, feelings, or you're feeling a bit overwhelmed when it comes to starting a new project. But there's something about writing things down or creating a plan here. Some of you could also be making travel plans, taking some sort of a vacation. And then we have dealings or relationship with an older woman. Okay, so let's dive into tarot to clarify these energies. Some of you could be healing a relationship with a very important female figure in your life, whether it be like a maternal figure like your mother, maybe a grandmother, okay? Others of you could be going to, someone that you find to be wise for some form of advice when it comes to your spiritual journey or your path in general. Let's see. Okay, let's start off with success assured with good plans and hard work. Page of Wands. Yeah, this is a new project or something that you feel very excited about. Do you have an idea, but you're like, how am I going to execute this? Do you have an idea, but maybe you feel like there's a little bit more knowledge that you want to attain prior to maybe, taking your first steps towards, the idea or the goal here? I do see also with the Page of Wands, you could be receiving exciting news, specifically when it comes to, an idea that you have or some sort of a collaboration. But this is not just about, allowing yourself to feel the excitement and allowing yourself to be creative. But I think your next steps here are, okay, how am I going to execute this? So some of you could be making, operating from a space of logic or making more of a realistic decision when it comes to a vision that you have in mind for yourself. Okay, moving forward, we have the Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay. It's interesting that we have the Rooster card and we have the Reflection card, which reads, friendships in your life may come to an end. I mean, if someone is being a little crummy to you or mean, it may be that you're choosing to be the bigger person or completely cut ties with someone instead of trying to, fight fire with fire, for lack of better terms here. So let's see. Seven of Cups. Okay. There could be a Scorpio in your life that you're not having the best experience with, okay, Taurus? But Seven of Cups also is about emotional confusion or mixed signals. If there's someone in your life that is constantly sending you mixed signals, someone who is very, fickle or inconsistent with you, whether this be a friend, a family member, a lover, I do see you closing out that cycle or putting that situation to an end. There's like someone in your energy that wants access to you, Taurus, but I also sense that they're not really giving you a direct answer. This is someone who either only communicates with you when it's convenient for them, or you find that when this person comes around, they usually want something from you or they want a favor. So some of you are differentiating your friendships when it comes to, okay, where do I feel like, okay, these are my actual friendships versus where do I feel like people only connect with me because of what I can do for them or when it's convenient for them, okay? And then we have Kite, vacation. Let's see. We have the Hanged Man, okay? Yeah. This is actually very fitting here for the Kite card. The Hanged Man could be you easing your mind, making some sort of travel plans, taking time off for leisure here. But I think that the more time you spend away from your regular or day-to-day environment, you're having a shift in perspective. Like some of you could even be, it doesn't need to be that you are leaving your city or country, but even if you're like taking a road trip, there's something about the change of scenery that is aiding in you having like a shift in perspective or viewing things in a different light. Okay, some of you find that when you are by like bodies of water, like it's very healing for you. That's just for some of you. And then we have older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. The Six of Swords. Seems to me that someone could be traveling towards you, okay? Or the Six of Swords could be like making peace with the situation, moving to calmer waters. So I strongly feel like some of you could have been in like disagreement, okay, with some sort of like like a female figure in your life, but I feel like it's more like a maternal energy, right? So even if it's not like your mother, maybe it's your grandmother, maybe it's, a cousin and aunt, something like that. But I strongly feel like you're making peace with a situation, or you're able to heal a relationship here. Now, this is very specific, only take it if it resonates, but some of you could feel like you have a little bit of a troubled relationship with your mother. And so there could be a very healing conversation where you're beginning to feel very understood. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you, Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini, let's see. What does Gemini need to know? Okay, guys, so we have major life change. Time is right for major life changes, as a new lifestyle or location brings great joy into trouble-free existence. What I'm hearing for you, Gemini, is out of sight, out of mind. Okay, that's literally what I'm hearing here. So I feel that, Gemini, there could be a situation that you are kind of coming out of, or a cycle that has closed out for you, but you could quite literally be like physically relocating or changing your environment in order to, feel better, or just experience some sort of a change. Like there could even be a situation that is beginning to feel very stagnant. Okay, the other message I'm receiving with this card is some of you may be traveling for work or career related purposes here. And it says time is right for major life changes, as a new lifestyle or location brings great joy and trouble-free existence. For those of you that are not, physically relocating, it does state new lifestyle. So some of you could be making some changes internally, but also when it comes to your like day-to-day, on like a day-to-day basis. Maybe it's lifestyle changes in terms of like diet, right? Maybe you're working on spending habits. This could be thinking patterns. Okay, so let's see. Some of you are definitely traveling for work or career-related purposes. I'm hearing that persistently. So I'm going to use this oracle. It is a larger oracle, so I split it into two, and then we will clarify the messages with tarot as well. So, okay. Okay. Anything else for Gemini? Okay, guys. So we have a couple of messages here. The first one we have is January. So the month of January could be of significance for you guys, or there could be something that occurred in January and you're having some sort of a full circle moment here, in the end of May or beginning of June. We have Tree, affairs with your family. Okay. And then we have Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Some of you feel very drained, like you're continuing to do what you need to do, or you're taking care of your responsibilities, but some of you could feel like you're in a space where you are aiming without direction. We have chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. I mean, I was picking up on that with the major life changes, like maybe you're letting go of a cycle, or it's like a friendship or a relationship that has come to an end. And then we have Elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. And I think you're actually in the process of going through this journey, in the current energy, like you're actively going through it, because there's something like in your energy where you're feeling very drained, but you feel like you're also doing the right thing. Like you're not shying away from doing the right thing just because it feels difficult. We have Crown. Honor and respect will come to you. An Apple. Temptation will test you. Okay. So let's go ahead and clarify these energies with tarot. Okay, so let's see. Tree. Affairs with your family. Okay, let's start off there. We have the Six of Wands, okay? And we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, here's what I'm seeing, Gemini. First and foremost, I see that you have attained some sort of success for yourself. There could be something in particular that you're celebrating when it comes to your career or a goal that you've attained. Six of Wands is all about success and victory. Now, you do have the Seven of Wands in reverse, so there's something about letting your guard down, specifically when it comes to family matters. So whether this is someone in your family that is wanting to be there for you, maybe they're wanting you to open up a little more. Seven of Wands in reverse could indicate that we need to, like, we're being called to let our guard down or open up to someone that cares for us and cares to celebrate our success with us also. The other way that I can read this, guys, is with the Six of Wands upright and the Seven of Wands in reverse. There could be an energy around you, specifically when it comes to your family, where you feel like your success or something that you have attained for yourself is impacting this individual in a negative way. That's for some of you. Indecisiveness. So we'll do the Wheel card. Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And Seven of Wands upright, guys, it could also indicate like when we feel like we need to protect ourselves. So in reverse, there may be something that you're overanalyzing here, okay? Or maybe you feel like someone is out to get you, but it could just be pessimistic thoughts. Okay, so indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Let's see. The Eight of Wands. This is all about manifestation and direction. So whether this be that you are, continuously, taking care of responsibility or doing something that you feel you need to do, but you're not truly satisfied, some of you are finding like a new route or a new path that you want to take. The other thing that I see here, guys, Eight of Wands is a card of manifestation, but it also touches on communication. So I'll give you a generic example. If at your place of work you feel overworked and underpaid, or you feel like you're not really receiving credit where it's due, there's something about standing your ground, but also speaking up. Like if you are searching for a new job, or you're wanting to communicate to your current boss about a raise, there's something about you speaking up or being open in terms of communication, and something is going to work out in your favor. Okay, Crown, honor and respect will come to you. What's that about? The Tower. Some of you have like a social media presence, okay? Or maybe you are thinking of maybe starting a YouTube channel. Maybe you want a presence on Instagram or TikTok, but I see something taking off for you specifically when it comes to social media, okay? And this is going to be very unexpected with that Tower card here. And this is not, I don't feel like this is just, 10 seconds of fame, right? I feel like this is like people respecting you. And this is something that seems to me that it's going to be long-term. You have a lot of eyes on you at this time. Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. We have the Six of Wands as well. But I'm specifically getting like either some sort of like an unexpected change when it comes to a business that you have on social media, or it's like taking off for you. Maybe things have been at like a standstill, but this could be your followers growing overnight, or maybe a video or a post hitting a certain amount of views or likes here. Then we have Chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. We have the Devil and we have the Knight of Swords. So it could be a Capricorn that you have had some sort of a falling out with, and we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, I'm specifically getting, Gemini, that someone that was very harsh towards you in terms of how they would communicate with you, whether it was that, whether it's their choice of words, their tone, or someone who was just inconsiderate of your feelings. I feel like you are completely cutting ties with this individual. I don't really see it as, yes, it could be impacting you in a negative way because you are hurt by someone's communication, but I think that there's something about this connection that felt very karmic, whether it be a family member, a friend, or a lover. Okay, we have the Apple card, and it reads, temptation will test you. The Queen of Swords, yeah. If there is temptation coming your way, like someone from the past returning or someone desperately wanting a reaction from you, I think that you are not going to fall into any sort of temptation. The reason I say that is that message is being clarified by the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, it's a very clear-cut energy. Your head is above water. You know the truth about someone or a situation, so you're not going to react or give someone the reaction that they want here. The Queen of Swords could also be an energy where you're being called to like use your discernment about someone who is connecting with you. So maybe you're really wanting someone to be clear about their intentions, or if you have a doubtful energy about them, it's probably for a reason here. And then lastly, we have the Elephant card. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Okay. Temperance. Wow. So temperance is all about like balance, peace, and harmony. So even if you're going through a period of confusion or feeling like you are going through a tough time, but you're keeping it to yourself, or things aren't really making sense to you when it comes to where you are currently at in your journey, I see that, you know, the temperance clarifying that card is very fitting. That's like you getting to a space where not only, you know, are you feeling more wise, you're feeling more at peace here. There's something about things flowing to you. If you feel like you've had to constantly, you know, go after something full throttle, or you feel like you were in this energy of keeping things together, or, you know, holding on to things, people, and situations in your life, there's something about detaching, right? But there's something about you detaching from a certain situation, a person, or from an outcome. And then once you detach, it's coming in for you. Okay. But I feel like the main message here with the temperance also is like you are definitely undergoing like some sort of like internal transformation, because that card touches on spiritual lessons. So even if you feel like, let's say it's a friendship, okay, let's say that it is a friendship, but also it is a it's something pertaining to like your love life as well, and you're like, okay, I'm really going through it, or, you know, I feel like I'm tired of the lessons, I don't want any more lessons. It seems to me that you're very close, okay, to completing something that feels very tedious for you, is what I'm sensing here. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Cancer. Okay, Cancer, let's see, what does Cancer need to know at this time? Okay, guys, so we have positive work outcomes. Consistent efforts will bring rewards, and a major purchase is worth making. Okay. So some of you could have, you know, you could be saving up for a larger purchase here, or you've added something to your cart and you're kind of like, do I want to go ahead and, you know, make this purchase? But it does read that a major purchase is worth making. For some of you, this could be for the betterment of yourself, okay? Or like your business. Maybe there is a large purchase that you want to make when it comes to your business, maybe your career, maybe it's a purchase for your home and you work from home. So that could be the reason why it's benefiting you in a positive way. For others of you, it could even be a large purchase when it comes to your health. Maybe you are, you know, wanting to create a home gym, okay? Maybe you have been wanting to purchase a walking pad, right? These are just generic examples, but I feel like there's a purchase that you're questioning, but it's actually going to benefit you in a very positive way. And then it reads at first, consistent efforts will bring rewards, okay? I feel like, you know, your consistency is going to pay off, Cancer, even if you don't feel that way in the current moment. Okay. So if it's at your place of work and you feel like you're showing up, you know, every single day and you're putting your best foot forward, but you don't really feel like your efforts are being acknowledged, I think it's just a matter of time here. Okay. And we do have a major, transit in your sign, which will be taking place on June 2nd. So I definitely feel like this is positive news pertaining to your career or even in your business for those of you that are business owners. So I'm going to dive into the second oracle here. I did split it into two, and then we will clarify these messages with Tara. Okay. Anything else for Cancer before we clarify? Okay, guys, so the first card, we have Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Okay. And the second message we have, finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the future. There's something here that you could avoid, Cancer. I don't really feel like this is something that you don't have control over. That's just what I'm picking up on intuitively. We have dog barking, advice from a friend. Okay. And then we have fan romance, celebration party. So there definitely could be something that you're celebrating. Your season is coming up, or it could just be some sort of an achievement that you are celebrating here as well. We have Cain, pay attention to your health. And it's interesting, I did mention that some of you could be making a major purchase when it comes to your health, or there's something about your health, movement, and diet that's coming through here. And then we also have casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Okay. And then we also have broom, new home, new attitude. Some of you could be physically relocating, or you are currently working on like revamping your home. Maybe there's, or you're working on like renovations here. Okay. So if it's not quite literally renovations, maybe you are tired of like, you know, an old aesthetic, or you are tired of your home not really feeling like your home. So it could be that you're making it a little more cozy, or you're just, you know, buying new furniture, or you're designing it to where you feel like it is your own sacred space here. So, okay, let's clarify these messages. We'll start off with teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Ten of Pentacles, wow. I feel like for many of you, this friendship seems to be very positive. Okay, so whether it's like you're meeting someone new, but I feel like this is someone who's going to be in your life for the long haul here, because a Ten of Pentacles is usually something that's long term. Okay, and this is someone who's going to feel like family to you, right? Because a Ten of Pentacles touches on family dynamics, but also like stability and structure. So yes, I feel like this is someone that you could be connecting with and you're hitting it off with this person, but I feel like you're going to be sharing your journey with them ultimately. Like it's not something that feels temporary at all. Okay. For some of you, this could be like a family friend, or someone in your family introduces you to this individual and a friendship blossoms there. Okay, we have the finger card, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have the Five of Wands and we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Five of Wands could be like a sense of, you know, competition here. So whether this is a message of someone around you or someone in your energy that's kind of competing and you sense this and you are stopping communication with them. But here's what I will say, guys. Five of Wands upright and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Eight of Wands is a card of, yes, communication, but also manifestation. Some of you, maybe there's some form of competition at your place of work. Maybe you run a business, but it's a very saturated, you know, market here, right? There's something about not comparing yourself to others or comparing your growth and your progress to others, right? Comparison kills creativity. So for those of you that feel like you've been in some sort of a rut, I do see a message about like focusing on yourself, or not. Maybe you're like, okay, well, I feel like I'm deserving of more, but I feel like you're very close to receiving some sort of positive news. Although, again, you know, if you're in a very competitive environment when it comes to your place of work, maybe some of you work in like a commission-based environment, there's something about not feeding into the negativity, okay? Now, the Five of Wands upright could also indicate like conflict, but it's usually something that lacks importance. So there may be someone in your energy that really wants a reaction from you, right? Someone who is doing something purposely to see how you're going to respond. But there's a strong message of not responding at all or not reacting at all with that Eight of Wands in reverse. You reacting to a situation or you feeding into negative thoughts may slow down your progress when it comes to your passions. Okay, we have pay attention to your health. What's that about? The World card. There's something that you're completely cutting out. Maybe for some of you, you feel like you've been overindulging, right? Maybe you're switching to a whole foods diet. But initially what I was getting is you're completely cutting something out. Maybe it is takeout or eating takeout certain amount of times a week. Maybe it's sugar that you're cutting out. Maybe it's meat, and some of you are following a plant-based diet. But the World is like the end of a cycle, but it's clarifying that pay attention to your health. So something here that you're doing, you know intuitively that you need to stop doing it, or you need to, it could even be like a bad habit, right? Or something that is toying with your energy levels. And I see you completely letting go of it. Okay, we have dog barking, advice from a friend. We have the Lovers. Okay, so this could be a Gemini that you are friends with, but it seems to me that you're receiving advice when it comes to a connection, okay? A romantic connection at that. So it could be that you are opening up about someone that you are connecting with to a friend, maybe someone that feels like a soulmate. But I feel like this is advice pertaining to like quite literally a soulmate connection or a romantic partnership. I also feel like speaking to this friend is going to help you make a choice. The reason I say that is the Lovers touches on choices and needing to make some sort of a life-altering decision. So maybe you're wanting like a second opinion here, okay? Okay, moving on to the fan card. We have a romance celebration party. What is romance celebration party? Temperance. Some of you could be making peace with the situation with that Temperance card, but I also feel like you could be celebrating something with the Sagittarius, okay? Or there is something that you have achieved, like this is about an achievement, but you really feel at peace, where you feel like things are finally flowing to you. Like there may be certain things that you have been holding on to very tightly, or you may feel like there are certain situations in your life that would not really work out if you weren't putting, 110% of your effort or energy into it. But the Temperance is like an energy of, flow. There's nothing that feels forced about it. Okay, we have the Casket card, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Someone going out of your life for the end of a situation. Okay, guys, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Swords. So the person that is leaving your life, or it could even be the other way around, you cutting ties with someone, it's someone who has caused a lot of confusion. It's a situation that has remained the same for a very long time. Okay, the Two of Swords could also be you involved with an individual that has been in a state of denial, and you're having a hard time seeing how a situation could be different, and that could be the very situation that's coming to an end. Seven of Pentacles is a very realistic energy. So you are looking at, let's say that this is a friendship, okay? Or this is another partnership in your life. You are looking at this and asking yourself, is this really worth the investment? And there's something within you that feels like there is something that is much better for you. And that's why you're moving forward. Then we have Broom, new home, new attitude. Okay. New home, new attitude. The Emperor. There's something about like you enjoying the fruits of your labor. And I'm specifically getting with the Emperor, guys, like this is like a very positive shift when it comes to your home. Either you are creating a new space, okay, in your current home, or this is something you've been manifesting. But like, yes, it is a message about your home, but with the Emperor, it's like a very determined energy coming through here. Like maybe some of you have wanted to move to a specific place, but you were waiting for the right time, or you were swayed by the opinion of others, or maybe your family had an input of whether this is right or wrong, but you're making a decision about your home or your place of residence, or even like physically relocating without asking or wanting approval from others. And we have the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. We have the Emperor there. So you've been working very hard, or something that may even be like a large purchase. Maybe some of you are buying your own home, right? You're able to do it, but I do think that you've had to go through a very difficult period, or there's something that you had to stop doing, or something that you had to sacrifice in order to have enough to make this really big move here, is what I'm sensing. Okay? So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Leo. Okay, Leo. So let's see. What does Leo need to know? Okay, guys. So we have sexuality as the message here. Existing relationships could find a new passion and heightened sexual attraction. Opportunities for marriage and good family life are strong, but if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. A child will also bring great joy. For some of you, there could be like a relationship in your life, but like the message that I'm getting is like a renewal of passion or a renewal of hope, something feeling exciting again. So if it's like a situation that has become very stagnant, or you feel like you started to, notice like a decrease in someone's effort towards you, I do see a positive change there. And it also reads, opportunities for marriage and good family life are strong, but if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. Some of you are manifesting like a very strong relationship or higher level of commitment here. But if you are feeling lonely, or you feel like you spend a lot of time alone, there is a message about being careful with what you feed into. Like there may be certain things that that feel very tempting, or maybe there are certain things that sometimes you kind of want to do in the spur of the moment. But I think this is about, pausing and asking yourself, is this actually going to fulfill me, or is it just going to fulfill me for the moment? Okay, so let's use the second oracle here. I did split this deck into two, so we'll see what messages come out, and then we'll clarify the messages with tarot. Okay. What else does Leo need to know? Okay, guys, so let's see. Okay, so we have the month February coming out here. I mean, you could be having some sort of a full circle moment. There could be something of significance that occurred for you in February, and you're receiving answers or clarity. Okay. We have Gong, an exciting event. We have it followed by Skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. Okay. And then we have Inkpot, problems to be resolved. And then we have Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. There's something about this message where I'm sensing an energy of like looking out for yourself. So if you are in like some sort of a business partnership, are you speaking up for yourself? Are you really communicating what you want here? Or if it's at your place of work, if it's that you want a raise, okay? Or maybe you feel like your efforts are not really being, you're not really receiving credit for your efforts here. There's something about speaking up, but also putting yourself first. Like if you're not speaking up due to someone else, or you feel like you're, protecting someone else, there's something about like you needing to say, okay, well, what does Leo want, and what is Leo going to do about that moving forward in order to attain that? And we have Bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these energies. So let's start off with the Fox card. So shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. For others of you with the Fox card, there could be someone around you that could offer you like some assistance when it comes to the financial department. So it doesn't need to mean that you're quite literally going to someone for financial assistance where you are asking for a loan. Maybe that's the case for some of you, but for others of you, it's like some sort of financial advice that could propel you forward here. The Star card, yeah. I feel like there's like a strong energy of putting yourself first, okay, or speaking on your desires. But I'm also getting like some sort of healing taking place where you, for you, when it comes to like the way that you perceive yourself, or when it comes to what you feel worthy of. Now, I also see the Star card as like a wish or a dream come true. So this could be like an outcome when it comes to your career. Maybe you have been working on a new project and it's taking off for you, but it's something you've been manifesting or you've been dreaming or wishing for it. Okay, what's an exciting event? What's that about? Two of Swords. Some of you are very close to a breakthrough, but it's not visible to you. That's interesting. Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this could be success, okay? For some of you, receiving more attention when it comes to something that you're very skilled at, but I'm also getting a message of you not seeing that in the current moment. So if you are feeling discouraged or you feel like giving up, I would suggest you don't, because I do see that there's some sort of good news or something taking off for you, and you're much closer than you think you are. Okay, let's move on to Skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. What's that about? Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Yeah. You know, I don't really see this as anything, you know, major, but Two of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the Page of Swords could be avoiding indirect people who are not really like direct with you. So there's like a very indirect energy in your field, or if you have a gut feeling that someone is keeping tabs on you, but there's a little bit of envy there, or you sense a bit of a negative energy, I would suggest keeping your distance. I also feel like with the Seven of Wands, there's like a strong energy of there could be like a friend or family member or a lover that's causing a lot of confusion for you, or you feel like they are constantly sending you mixed signals. But I think that you are going to cut ties with this person or keep your distance from them. So let's say it's someone that you work with, so you would have to speak to them for work purposes. Like you can't completely ignore them. Maybe you are like, okay, well, I have to speak to this person because I work with them, but I don't want like a relationship outside of work, or I don't want this person involved in what I have going on in my personal life. So you could be setting very clear boundaries here. Okay, Inkpot, problems to be resolved. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And it reads problems to be resolved. So if you're struggling to find a solution to an ongoing issue here, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse could be where we need to take more of a realistic approach, or you need to ask yourself if something is actually worth your time and investment, right? Some of you could be trying to solve a conflict or an issue, but you're getting to the point where you're asking yourself, wait, does this really matter to me, or am I wasting my time? Does this really need a solution, or can I just move forward here? And I will say avoid making impulsive decisions as well, because Seven of Pentacles upright is like a very analytical or observant energy, but in reverse, it could be our desire to figure something out, but we could be missing like the details of a situation, or there's a lack of clarity. So it would be, you know, a message of like waiting for clarity or clearing up some sort of confusion before making a firm decision. And then we have Bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. The King of Wands, wow, yeah. I'm strongly getting like you receiving more attention or feeling noticed here. And the King of Wands, you know, it's a very determined energy. It's when you are very focused, you know the direction that you're headed in. So many of you, this is definitely positive news when it comes to your career, but some sort of career advancement is what I'm hearing for you specifically. And it's because of your not really just your like fixation on it, but you've been very determined, or you have had tunnel vision on something in particular, and I see that you're very close to achieving it. Okay guys, so that is what I'm getting for you. Moving on to Virgo. Okay, Virgo, let's see. What does Virgo need to know at this time? Okay, guys, so we have the card Achievement, and it reads, enjoy the limelight, you've earned it, although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. Okay. It says enjoy the limelight, and I'm getting the energy of like the Six of Wands in Tarot. So for some of you, this is like very positive news, career advancement, or something taking off for you. Or this could be you being celebrated by those around you, right? Receiving a lot of attention for something that you're very skilled at. And it seems like it's also something you've been working on for, set amount of time here, because it says you've earned it. And then it also says, although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries or sleepless nights. Okay. Some of you could be receiving, news about a family member's health, whether it be, a parental figure, whether it be, direct or extended family here as well. So let's see the other messages coming out, and we're going to clarify these messages with tarot. Okay. Virgo, some of you are at a point or a space in your life where you're really happy with where you are, like financially or stability wise, or you finally feel like something that you've been manifesting when it comes to your career is taking off. But then there's a little bit of a bittersweet feeling because you're also receiving some sort of news that is causing you to worry a bit. Okay. Okay, guys, this is a larger deck, so I did split it into two. So let's see, anything else for Virgo? Okay, guys, so let's see the messages that came out here. We have man, and it reads dealings or relationship with the man. And then we have Quill, get back to the basics. Okay. Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Then we have the month January. For some of you, there could be news that you're receiving about an Aquarian or a Capricorn here when it comes to your personal life. And then we have goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yeah, definitely. Especially with the achievement card as well. And then we have clouds, temporary problems. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. Yeah, trusting your gut at this time seems to be very important, specifically when it comes to a situation that's causing you a lot of worry. Like, even if you've received some sort of tough news, it's not to say that you don't have a right to, feel your emotions, be upset or feel some sort of sorrow. But I do think that there's like a bit of an anxious energy here or over analyzing, which is causing you to worry quite a bit. But then we have clouds, which reads temporary problems. So some of you could be very stressed about, a situation or an issue, and you're putting all your energy into it, but it's not something that's going to be ongoing, forever or a long time here is what I'm sensing. Okay, so let's clarify these messages. Let's start off with the man card, dealings or relationship with the man. What's that about? The Hermit. Okay. I feel like those of you, you could be building a new relationship with like a male figure here, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. But with the Hermit, what I see is this is someone that you're going to learn a lot from, whether it's you're learning a lot from them in terms of like how they operate. And it could be that you feel you're receiving more clarity about a person, or for others of you, this could be like a mentor or someone who has gone through a similar experience that you're currently going through, and speaking to this person is helping you kind of like navigate a situation. It's helping you feel like you're not on your own. And then we have get back to the basics. We have the Lovers, okay? And then we have the Temperance as well. And it's clarifying, get back to the basics. Okay, I'm getting a couple of different messages here. Virgo, for some of you, there's like, for example, like there could be something new that you're trying out. And it's not to say that something new doesn't have potential. We have the Empress, which is all about potential. So whether this is like a new idea, or it's an idea or something you've been working on for a very long time, but you're figuring out a new approach. There's something about continuing to do what is already working while you are incorporating new tactics as well. So even if you have like a new idea or a new way of doing something when it comes to your finances or your career or a skill or a creative project, it's very important to also stick to what has always worked so that you can keep something at a very stable space. I don't know how that's going to resonate for you, but that's how the download's coming through. We also have the Lovers and the Temperance, which could also be going back to the basics when it comes to a connection in your life, whether it be romantic or platonic. If things have felt very difficult, this could be a time where you're reminded of why you initially felt connected to someone, and you're looking at things from more of a positive lens as opposed to focusing on maybe the things that are not progressing the way that you want them to. Okay, then we have indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands could be like a card of competition. It could touch on like petty conflict. But I think that there's like the message here is like being very careful with what you're choosing to pay attention to, what you're choosing to focus on. Yes, of course, this could be like quite literally people in your personal life, but it could also be the things that you do in your free time, right? Like what are you consuming on a daily basis? And if this is about friendships or your social circle, do you feel like you are involved in a lot of chaos or drama because of a particular energy? Is there something here that is draining you, but you feel like you could avoid it, right? So I can't tell you what to do, Virgo, but that could be, or those could be, questions that are crossing your mind when it comes to specific dynamics in your, personal life here, okay? And remember, 5 of Wands, it does touch on obstacles or conflict, but it's usually something that we could avoid. So let's move on to Goldfish. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Some of you, there's something about sharing your experience. That's what I'm hearing, like sharing your experience or how you were able to navigate like a very tough situation where you could be assisting others. We have the 8 of Cups clarifying increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Walking away from situations that no longer serve you, emotionally detaching from expectations that you have or things that don't feel realistic here. 8 of Cups is when you have gotten to the point where you're very clear of what you want moving forward, yes, but more importantly, what no longer resonates with you. Some of you could be feeling very stuck, or there's a situation in your life that is very familiar to you and it feels very comfortable. But I think that many of you are moving away from comfort and moving towards emotional fulfillment, even if it feels difficult to do. There's like a void that you feel, but you may have continued to choose to stay in a situation just because of how long you have been in that situation. But you're realizing that it no longer fits, it no longer resonates. And so that emotion is becoming very difficult for you to ignore. And you moving away from what no longer serves you, I mean, it's making room for something new, something bigger, something better. So we have Clouds, temporary problems. Temporary problems. 2 of Cups, okay? And the 7 of Swords. Some of you could be in a very tough situation with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or a air sign, specifically Aquarius. But Two of Cups and the Seven of Swords, guys, that's like some sort of dishonesty in a partnership, but it's clarifying temporary problems. So either someone's true colors have been revealed and you're facing a difficult time kind of like accepting a situation for what it is. I feel like you're going to be able to move on from this situation or individual, even if it takes a little bit of time here. But I see some form of like dishonesty or trickery that is being revealed to you, but it's not going to impact you for as long as you think it is. Then we have psychic ability, trust your intuition. And it's interesting because the Two of Cups is not just about partnerships or companionship. It's also about like listening to your higher self. So even if this has not occurred, where someone's true colors have not been or have yet to be revealed to you, it could be that you have a gut feeling about someone being a little sneaky or dishonest with you. I would say trust your gut. Okay, psychic ability, trust your intuition. Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's like some of you are upset about a situation or an ending, but you won't be upset for long, and I'm hearing that persistently. The reason I say that, guys, Five of Cups upright is more of an energy of like dwelling, sulking, that sort of thing. And it also touches on disappointment. So in reverse, it doesn't entirely change the definition, where, again, I am acknowledging that you may feel very disappointed when it comes to a situation or a dynamic or a relationship in your life. But in reverse, it's like you're letting go of dwelling, or you are like, for example, if you have been revisiting like a specific conversation and it's only been draining you, you are shifting your focus. Like there's something here that you're working very hard on when it comes to, okay, I don't want to think about that, or I don't want to continue to dwell in that. And again, the main message that I'm getting is, even if something feels difficult for you in the now, you're not going to be mad or upset about it for a very long time, even if it doesn't feel that way. In the current energy, like as you're actively going through it. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Libra. Okay. Libra. Let's see. What do my Librans need to know as of currently? Let's see. Okay, guys, so we have the message luck, and it reads, a sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. This card is kind of giving me the energy of the Wheel of Fortune in tarot, like a change of fate or a change of, like luck, like it reads here. It's like something is working out in your favor, or you feel like, it's almost like you feel like a situation in particular has not been working out for you, or you just have been questioning, your luck, and you haven't really been feeling like it's been like a favorable time for you. But I do see a positive shift there, and it says an excellent time for networking. So this could also be building new relationships, or communicating, with it's almost like building new relationships or communicating with people that have similar ideas to yourself. Okay, let's see here. And if you have been feeling like you've been working very hard, but you haven't really been seeing your desired results, or you feel like it seems like everything has been, working against you, I see a very positive change there. Like you're feeling more at ease, or there's some sort of a burden that is being lifted off of your shoulders here. So I'm going to use the second oracle deck here. I did split it into two because it's a larger deck. And then we will clarify the messages with tarot. Okay, so what else does Libra need to know? Okay. Okay, anything else for Libra? Okay, guys, so the messages that came out here, we have dog barking, which reads advice from a friend. And then we have carrot, opportunity or windfall. Okay. Some of you, it's also a very lucky time where like there could be Like maybe you are playing the lottery, like even if it's not like a, you know, a large amount, like there's something about like you being at the right place at the right time. And then we have box, you will receive a gift. Okay. We have teardrops, great personal sorrow. And then we also have stork, which reads news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Okay, interesting. So let's clarify these messages here. Yeah. And even with the teardrops card, guys, I feel like it's like you've been going through a very difficult period that almost felt like never ending, or something felt like it was impossible to let go of. Okay, but you are being rewarded here, or you are stepping into a season of your life where you are much happier than you have been for the past few weeks or past few months. Okay, so let's clarify these messages. Let's start off with dog barking, advice from a friend. The star card, you could be connecting with an Aquarian. Okay, maybe, you know, you're friends with an Aquarian, or your best friend is an Aquarian, but I see you receiving advice from a friend that is helping you heal. The star card is all about healing, right? But it's also a very, like it could be an energy of something you've been wishing or hoping for. So this could quite literally be building a friendship or meeting someone where you finally feel very understood. You don't feel like you're going through something on your own. But I'm also getting a message, guys, because the star card has a lot to do with our north node, right? So I feel like there could be someone that you're like a friendship that is blossoming, someone you're connecting with, but they are helping you move towards your purpose, or you are realizing something about yourself and your purpose, or something you're supposed to be doing through conversations with this individual. Okay, we have the Carrot card, which reads opportunity or windfall. Okay, hold on, guys. There was a bunch of cards that came out. Opportunity or windfall. Five of Wands. You're receiving an opportunity that those around you really want, because the Five of Wands is like a card of competition, or it could be a very competitive environment that you're in, right? So maybe you're in you know, you're working in an industry or a market that's highly saturated. Maybe it's your place of work, where some of you could be, you could work in like a commission-based environment, but there's like this opportunity that many people around you, they have been wanting this opportunity, but I see you receiving it. But it's also very important to stay on track and not be swayed by external opinions when it comes to this opportunity as well. Like you may feel like you are very happy about an opportunity, but those around you have something to say, or you can sense a bit of envy. So again, this is just suggesting that you do not feed into that. And then we have box. You will receive a gift. Okay. The Emperor. Yeah, someone could quite literally be, you know, gifting you something here with the Emperor. It could be an Aries or a father figure. But what I'm picking up on intuitively, Libra, is like there's something here, like a large purchase or something you've been wishing to purchase, and you have had this in mind for a while here, but someone else is making that purchase for you. So this could be like something off of your wish list, or maybe you communicated, you know, to someone in your life that you are, you know, wanting a piece of jewelry, or you're wanting something here. It's like there's a gift or something you've been wanting to purchase for yourself, but someone else is purchasing it for you, is what I'm receiving. Okay, teardrops, great personal sorrow. What's that about? We have the Ace of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So the Ace of Cups is all about self-love and emotional release. I mean, it could be a new beginning in love, but because it's clarifying great personal sorrow, with the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, you're going to find that when you release something that you've been holding on to, when it comes to specifically the emotional department, so maybe you have been very upset with someone, okay? So it doesn't mean that you are holding a grudge, but maybe there's some sort of anger that you've been, dealing with here, or frustration. Or maybe it is someone that you feel hurt by, but you're continuously revisiting a past situation or a past conversation. Some form of emotional release is leading to more stability in your life. Emotional stability, but I also see some sort of financial gain. It's like, because how do I want to explain this? It's like you holding on to something emotionally, okay, or being upset or frustrated. Being in that space and trying to manifest could be very difficult, but because you're releasing that, I see some sort of an energetic block that is being removed for you. Okay, we have news of a birth or a new business opportunity. I'm also getting a specific message, Libra. If you think that you cannot do something without someone else's presence, you are wrong. There's something here that you can execute on your own, even if it doesn't seem that way. Okay, I'm receiving that download too. So news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Magician, this is something that you've manifested. A new opportunity. This could also be positive news when it comes to whether it's like your career and it's career advancement, or it's something like a personal idea or a creative idea of your own that is taking off for you. And it's interesting that I just stated that you can do something on your own, because the Magician, it's when you have all the tools and all the energy that it takes to execute something on your own. This is like master manifestor energy. Even if something feels difficult to you, or you are just laying the foundation or the roots for it, I see it being very positive here and having a very bright future with that idea. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, let's see. What do my Scorpios need to know at this time? Okay, guys, so we have the message planning, and it reads, now is the time to lay down the foundations for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. Okay, guys, so what I see here for you, Scorpio, I mean, this message is pretty self-explanatory, but it reads, now is a time to lay down the foundation for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. So many of you are creating some sort of a plan when it comes to your career. So it could be that you're wanting to see a change in your career, or for others of you, it could be, wanting a second source of income, or wanting to add to something that you already have going on, or something that you're already dabbling in. And it also reads, again, financial gains are more than likely. So I think that it's a very positive message when it comes to your finances. It could be that you're receiving a raise, or you are receiving like a windfall income here. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the second oracle here, guys, and this is a larger deck, so I split it in two. So let's see what comes out here, and then I will clarify with tarot. Okay, let's see what else for Scorpio. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So let's see the messages that came out for you here. Okay. So we have man dealings or relationship with a man. And then we have elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. We have dogs, getting together with friends. Okay, so very social energy coming through. And then we also have an exciting event, followed by weeping willow, family sorrow. Staff, you will be taken care of in Difficult times. Okay. And then we also have finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. So let's go ahead and clarify the energies here. The first thing that's standing out to me is I definitely feel like there's something here that you're going to be celebrating. Okay, there may be something that you're working on where you're going to see a very positive outcome in the fall. So I don't know how that's going to resonate with you, but that's the download that I'm receiving here. That's what I'm picking up on intuitively. So let's start off with dealings or relationship with the man. What is that about? Okay, we have the Chariot and we have the King of Wands. So there could be a Cancerian, okay, that you are connecting with that is of significance for you, or it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I feel like this is, very positive. I feel like you are going to be connecting with someone where a conversation could lead to a change of direction. The King of Wands, I do see it as a very passionate energy, but also very focused or determined. So there could be like a passionate, project or some sort of creative endeavor that you are taking part in, but you are connecting with an individual who is inspiring you and helping you move forward, or they're helping an idea of yours take off here with that Chariot energy. And there's something about changing direction or feeling more focused after this conversation, okay? We have Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Okay, the Lovers. Some of you could be in the process of healing from a connection that you were holding very close to your heart. This could be like a false soulmate or a connection where you feel very deeply towards someone, but you feel like a choice was not being made. So some of you are cutting ties with a very indecisive individual, whether this be a romantic relationship or a platonic, but I sense that this is more romantic. Okay, so many of you are going through a tough time, or you're healing from a situation. Maybe you had high hopes when it comes to you and another individual, but I feel like you're going to, yes, it's going to leave you wiser at the end, but I also feel like you're going to be, it's helping you understand what you were settling for and what you're wanting moving forward. Okay, many of you are letting go of relationships that no longer align with you. We have dogs, getting together with friends. Yeah, and I was feeling a very social energy with that, kind of like the Three of Cups in Tarot. So some of you could just be, putting yourself out there or going out more. If you have been spending a lot of time alone or on your own, it's like you are wanting to connect with friends, family. I think it's a positive time to accept invitations as well. Yeah. The Sun card, Page of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. There's an invitation coming your way here, Scorpio, and I would suggest that you, accept this invitation. It could be from a water sign or a Leo, but I see it as a very positive experience, or it's leading to a new beginning for you, something that feels very exciting. So like some of you could be in a space where, you are feeling a bit down, or you don't necessarily feel like yourself at this time, but there's something about like a renewal of hope, or feeling excited to, spend time with others or make connections again. And there's something about a very positive shift in your energy levels as well. The Sun card is all about like joy and vitality, and also my palm is itching, right? So that's symbolic for some sort of financial gain, which we did see with the planning card as well. So this could be meeting, or meeting someone or connecting with someone new, but it's actually like networking, where it leads to maybe some sort of assistance with an idea that you have, or some sort of financial gain, or a change in your stability. Okay, an exciting event. Let's see. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, this is very positive, Scorpio. Some of you, you have been wanting to either take time off for leisure, or you have been wanting to have, you have been wanting to be at a space where you feel stable enough to do something for yourself. Some of you are becoming financially independent, or there's some sort of freedom, specifically when it comes to your finances. Okay, maybe it's like you've been working on a business on the side, but you've also been working a job. You may find that your business is starting to take off, or maybe you could switch to a part-time position instead of a full-time position at your, day job here, or it's some sort of positive news where you feel very independent, very free, and you have the means to do something that you desire, not just, what you have to do on a daily basis. So that's why I did give the example of maybe having, a little more free time for yourself, right? This could even be having the funds to make like a purchase that you've been thinking about for a while here. And then we have Weeping Willow, family sorrow. Let's see. Okay. So we have the Eight of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. Someone is opening up to you when it comes to your family. I mean, this could be direct family, extended family, but there's something here about them feeling very stressed out or being in their own way. I feel like you're going to be giving someone in your family a second opinion. And with the Seven of Wands in reverse, this could be an individual that was very guarded towards you in the past, or they struggle with opening up or speaking about their issues here. And the reason why this person is coming forward, and it's clarifying family sorrow, so they are going through something mentally or emotionally, but the reason why they're coming forward is they genuinely feel very stuck. Eight of Swords and the Hanged Man is like when you are thinking about something constantly, but it's not the most solution-oriented energy. So I do see a family member who is going through a lot emotionally or mentally, asking you for a second opinion or coming to you for some sort of advice here. And then we have Staff, which is you will be taken care of in difficult times, during difficult times. Okay, let's see. Three of Swords, and it came out in reverse. Wow, this is very powerful because there is a situation at hand that you felt very torn. You've been feeling very torn about it, but I see you receiving assistance or some sort of healing that is taking place for you where you feel more at ease. Many of you feel like you're going through something alone, but like there's this energy of protection that is coming through here. Some of you may even have, someone from your family that has passed on who is watching over you. You guys could be seeing triple threes or triple fours, but there's some sort of, it's like, what I'm seeing is like the vision of like a bubble here, right? So someone is creating this safe space for you, or someone is protecting you while you are facing or going through a very difficult time. You may feel like you're alone, or you may feel like, for example, if you're a very private person and you don't necessarily open up about the things that you go through, there's something about you surrendering or feeling heard, even if it's not from someone in the 3D here. So then we have Finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future, okay? We have the King of Swords. This is all about using your discernment. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of examples here because this seems to me that it is warning you of an issue or a problem, but it could be avoided, right? So with the King of Swords clarifying that message, I feel like, yes, it's about using your discernment, but if there are, if there's a specific person that you cut ties with, or certain things that you stopped doing, you may be tempted, or something of your past that you detached from may be, resurfacing here. But the King of Swords is an energy of knowing the truth and accepting the reality of a situation, not falling into temptation or not backtracking. And so if this is like a past, lover, if this is, an old workplace that is reaching out to you, it could be that it is resurfacing something of your past, but you know better now, so you're going to do better, right? It's like maybe someone is coming forward with an opportunity, but you don't want to settle for less. Or someone is coming forward with an opportunity, but you're being reminded of maybe why you did not accept that opportunity in the past here. Okay, so that is what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see. What do you guys need to know at this time? Okay. So we have the message, assert yourself, and it reads, go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Birth of a child is also likely. Okay. Now, this message is kind of giving me the energy of the Seven of Wands in Tarot. And the reason being is it reads, go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. But I'm more so picking, or I'm touching on the energy where it says, go for what you want. There's something about standing your ground or speaking up for yourself at this time. Okay, if this is about like career advancement, if this is about a change even in your personal life or when it comes to your social circle, there's something here that you have been refraining from opening up about, or you have been refraining from speaking up about something to keep the peace. But right now is the time to put yourself first, right? What do you want? What do you desire? And I feel like it can lead to a very positive outcome for you. And it also says the time is right for soulmate connections. So this could be a new connection, or you just being in a space where you are connecting with an individual. And maybe initially it starts off as a friendship, but there's a possibility of like a friendship developing into something more. We do have birth of a child is also likely. So for some of you, that could be on your mind as well. Maybe having a family, having a child here. Okay. So next, guys, I'm going to use the second oracle. This is a larger deck, so I split it in two, and then we will clarify these messages with tarot. Okay, so what else? Okay, guys, so let's see what we have here. We have, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we have broom, new home, new attitude. So this could be, some of you could be quite literally physically relocating, or you are viewing, another home or, another apartment to reside in. We have shark, take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth. Okay. There's something about being careful with your spending at this time. Maybe there's something that you spend on impulsively and you're trying to cut down on that. We have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. And it's interesting because with the assert yourself message, I was, getting an energy of you possibly like developing or like a friendship blossoming, but it develops into something more, or there's potential there. And then we have feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay, and then we have the hand card, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. And we have inkpot, problems to be resolved. Someone could be wanting your assistance as well at this time, Sagittarius, whether it be financial assistance or someone is coming to you for advice here. So let's go ahead and clarify with tarot. I'm going to start off with the broom card, new home, new attitude. Okay, let's see. Temperance, and that's your energy. Okay, two messages here. Some of you could be physically relocating and you're finally feeling at peace. Some of you could be physically relocating, specifically by like a body of water. That's just for some of you. But for others of you, it's like you have a desire to either revamp your home, or there's something about like a change in your aesthetic. Okay, so it doesn't always have to be physically relocating, but for some of you, it's like you want to revamp your home, or there's renovations going on. Maybe you're buying new furniture. But what I see with the temperance clarifying that message is you feeling at peace, or you feeling like your home is exactly where you want it to be. Like there's some sort of changes being made where, yes, you're feeling at peace, but there's a lot of comfort. So maybe for some of you, it's like you are physically relocating because maybe where you reside right now doesn't really feel like home to you, or there's something about it that causes you to feel uneasy, right? So you could be physically relocating and you feel more at peace. You feel like you're functioning better. There's some sort of a change in your energy because there's a change in your environment or space. Okay, so we have shark, take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth. Let's see. The Sun card, yeah, I don't see this as negative news. This could just be you being, better at budgeting, or there could be like maybe you're putting an end to like impulsive purchases and that sort of thing. But the Sun card is also a card of illumination. So I think that there is an area of your life that is being highlighted, or something that you are constantly doing that maybe you could avoid. And it's going to be very hard for you to ignore that. Maybe it's like, okay, I want to limit the amount of times that I buy takeout. Maybe I want to be able to treat myself, but I want to stop treating myself every other day. You know what I mean? Like there's something here that maybe you're, specifically when it comes to your finances, that you're maybe doing, and you know that you could kind of avoid it, but if you have been continuing to do that very thing, it's going to be very hard for you to ignore. But I don't see this as anything dramatic or anything to be afraid of. Now moving on, we have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. There's something about first impressions too. Like some of you could be putting more, like there could be something when it comes to your wardrobe or the way that you carry yourself that you are changing or working on. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords, and then we have the World card. Some of you are meeting someone very important as when you're traveling. Okay, so whether it's you're going on vacation, whether it's you're traveling for work, the World card is a card of travel. So some of you are meeting someone very important when it comes to, you traveling, or for others of you, this could even be online, because a World card could be symbolic for online communication. Now with the Ten of Swords, it's like the end of a very tough cycle. So like you could be connecting with this person, this new person, as you're completing a very tough cycle, or something that felt like it was impossible to come out of. Someone could also be coming to you for advice here with the Ten of Swords. Like that could be someone who has gone through some form of betrayal and they're opening up to you. We have feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay, what's that about? Four of Pentacles in reverse. So Four of Pentacles upright could be when we are attached to something, or we're holding on to something for dear life. So in reverse, this is about detaching or allowing something to unfold the way that it's supposed to. So if you are attached to an outcome, if you feel like you're holding on to what you have left, if you feel like you're constantly stuck in a mentality of lack, obviously easier said than done, but trying to detach or change your mindset or perception is going to benefit you at this time. The other thing that I see here, guys, because let's read the card again, right? It says feeling tied down or frustrated, and the Four of Pentacles is coming up in reverse. Upright, it could be it touches on like stability and structure. So in reverse, it doesn't necessarily change the definition, but there could be something that you could be a little bit better at doing when it comes to your finances or stability, okay? Because some of you are either in a mentality of lack, or you feel like you are not where you want to be stability wise, but there's something about like kind of visiting your habits here, seeing what could be different maybe, and even if it's not completely putting an end to something, it could be limiting or setting boundaries here. Okay, we have the Hand card, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like someone who's stressed out is coming to you for advice. The other way that I could read this, guys, with the Nine of Swords is you may be up in your mind about like a goal or a situation, but the Nine of Swords could be when we're feeding into our negative thoughts, or we're feeling very nervous or anxious because we're trying to figure something out on our own or navigate a situation on our own. So for many of you, like if you are feeling this way, it's like reaching out to a friend or family member or receiving a second opinion could help you here. We have Inkpot as the last message, problems to be resolved. Ten of Wands. There's a strong message of you asking for assistance when you need it. Like maybe I'm speaking to those of you that, Eight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, like you've always had to do things on your own, or you have a mentality of, if you want to, if you want something done the correct way, do it yourself. And where in some cases that is true. I feel like with the Ten of Wands, some of you feel like you feel very Like this is giving me an energy of feeling burnt out, right? Reaching a point where you're continuing to do what you need to do, but you're actually feeling very drained. So this is about like asking for assistance or even just being able to say no. Like if it's not going to someone and saying, hey, I'm going through a tough time and I really need your help, it could be maybe you feel people are constantly pulling on your energy, or you're trying to be there for yourself, but you're also trying to be there for everybody else. This could be an energy of, saying no when you're drained, right? No is also an answer as well. So that is what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, let's see. What do my Capricorns need to know at this time? Okay, so we have the message change. A change of residence, partner, career, or job is on the cards. You're restless and in need of a change, and that is exactly what is coming your way. Wow. Some of you could, you could be in a space of, or you could have been in a space of really wanting to change your environment, or you wanted to physically relocate, but you felt like something was always in the way. But I feel like, right now is the time where you're going to receive some sort of good news, specifically when it comes to your home or where you reside. And it also says a change in partner or career. So some of you this could be about career advancement, or quite literally wanting to do something new, right? Especially if you're tired of, what you're currently doing, or something feels very mundane. It says you're restless and in need of a change, and that is exactly what is coming your way. Yeah. But intuitively, Capricorn, what I'm picking up on is like you've been wanting a change for quite a while, but you've either been met with obstacles, or you felt like things weren't really working out the way that you wanted them to. Maybe you felt like things were working against you instead. But I see like some sort of a weight being lifted off of your shoulder, and a change which is much needed here. Like for some of you, it could be physically relocating or leaving your hometown. And so a change of residence or a change of environment is also resulting in a change of perspective. Being in a better mood, or a difference in your energy levels is something you can sense here as well. So what I'm going to do next, guys, is I'm going to dive into the second oracle. This is a larger deck, so I split it in two, and then we will clarify these messages with tarot. Okay. What else for Capricorn? Okay. Okay, guys, so let's see what came out here. We have Crown, and it reads, honor and respect will come to you. Okay. And then we have Dogs, which reads, getting together with friends. We have Money Path. The path with money is waiting for you to find it. And we have Fly, a period of ill health or depression. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, Capricorn, I'm specifically getting like something is beginning to pay off for you. Like you've been chipping away at something, but you haven't been seeing your desired results. Or you've been questioning, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Or could I be doing more? But like you're being rewarded. But I also see you like receiving the recognition for something you've been working on for a very long time here. Okay. And it also says, with the first card, the Crown card, it says honor and respect will come to you. There may be something that you feel like you were almost chasing for a while, or you've really been desiring it, but because you've detached, but you've continued to be consistent, I think that you're, again, like being rewarded, or there's like a very positive outcome. And then it also reads, a path with money is waiting for you to find it. If you have an idea in mind, but you're not really sure if it's going to generate income for you, I would suggest you just, try, because it says a path with money is waiting for you to find it. Like maybe you have an idea, but you're like, is this really going to work? I don't know. But I think like there's like this hidden path. There's something that you're actually skilled at that you're refraining from dabbling in, but that could be like another source of income for you. So let's start off with Crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Some of you have mastered a skill and, you know, you're receiving recognition for that. Wow. 10 of Pentacles. I also see very positive news when it comes to like partnerships or connecting with people with similar goals as you in mind. Okay, 10 of Pentacles is not just a card of like, you know, like a higher level of commitment or a family dynamic. That speaks about generational wealth. There's something that you are doing right now, Capricorn, that is going to generate income for you, you know, for a very, very long time. It may be that you're nurturing this very, you know, business idea, or you're nurturing this on a daily basis, but you don't really feel like you're seeing the changes on a day-to-day basis. But I definitely feel like this is something that's going to pay off for you. Something that you're doing now is only going to continue to grow. So definitely don't give up. And then we have dogs, getting together with friends. I also see someone you are connecting with sees a future with you, okay? But I don't think that they have opened up about that as of yet. This could be another earth sign, okay? So another Capricorn like yourself, Virgo or Taurus, getting together with friends. You know, that's a very social energy. That's a very social energy. So some of you are spending more time with friends and family. Temperance and the Hierophant. Some of you could be connecting with a Sagittarius or a Taurus here, and it's a very positive friendship, or it's a friendship where you feel like you guys are on the same page or working towards similar things here. But when with the Temperance and the Hierophant as well, like there's some sort of elevation taking place for you, but it's not visible to you in the now. And I'm persistently getting a message of like, keep going, like you're almost there. You know, Hierophant is about, you know, elevation. But I will say that this could also indicate like expanding your knowledge when it comes to something that you are already interested in. And that can actually like propel you forward, because this is also about higher knowledge as well. Like it could be that you're taking a course, or you're just like researching something online and expanding what you already know, which is either like generating more income for you, or it's helping you with audience if you have like an online presence. And the Temperance, you know, that's all about balance, peace, and harmony. So some of you could also be like, there could be a focus on finding that work and life balance, because it is clarifying the card of friends and a very social energy as well. So making time for friends and making time to socialize and treat yourself, and finding that balance, especially if you feel like you're constantly working and it's all work and no play here. Then we have money path. The path with money is waiting for you to find it. The King of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so Capricorn, this is actually very specific. With the King of Wands and the Ace of Cups, there's something here that you're very interested in, okay? It's an idea that you have, or it may be something that you even do for fun, like a hobby. But the Ace of Cups is something that's emotionally fulfilling, right? So, for example, if you operate from like a very logical or realistic space where it's like, okay, I need to believe in what's tangible, and you don't really make the time for maybe your hobbies, or, you know, these creative projects that you have, or these, you know, ideas that come to mind for you. There's something about an idea that you have, but you don't necessarily believe that it could actually be a career, or it could actually generate, you know, income for you, even if you want to do something like on the side here. But I feel like you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the outcome. And the King of Wands is like a very determined and focused energy, but the wands in general, they touch on passion. So this is something that you're passionate about, but maybe it didn't seem realistic to you. Like, okay, generic example, maybe you're really into astrology, right? Maybe you're really into tarot readings, but you're like, I don't know, like, I don't know if, and I'm not saying, you know, completely quit your day job and just go ahead and conduct tarot readings, but I'm saying, just as an example, it could be something that you do on the side, and I think it's going to take off for you. It's almost like you're healing this mindset that you have around maybe like conventional ways of making money versus, hey, I'm good at this, or hey, there could be something that I enjoy doing, and it could also, it could also result in some sort of financial gain, is what I'm getting at here. There's something that you're releasing emotionally that is helping you when it comes to the way that you manifest, or your self-perception here, and you know, what you feel like you're deserving of. Okay, so we have the Fly card, a period of ill health or depression. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups and it came out like sideways here, but I don't really see this as like anything to, nothing scary or dramatic, but the Nine of Cups could be when like we are overindulging, right? And we have ill health there. So maybe if this is about like introducing more structure to your current lifestyle. Maybe you want to move your body a little more, okay? If it's overindulgence and you are like, you know what, I really need to cut down on the sugar, or I need to cut down on late night snacking. Like there's something here that you can possibly cut down on that will help you in terms of just your overall well-being, okay? So that is what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, let's see. What do my Aquarians need to know at this time? Okay, guys, we have two messages, two of these fortune messages for you guys. I'm pretty sure you're the only sign that received two, but I'll take both. Let's see. We have property as the first message, a property purchase or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transactions. Okay. And then we also have future. You may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. Okay. Some of you could have like a family member or friend that's visiting you from overseas and you are hosting them, or maybe they are staying with you, spending time with you, that sort of thing. But I also see some sort of positive news even if it's you that is traveling. Like you could be making new connections, or you could be like rekindling a connection with someone here. And we have property. Here's what I will say. Whether it's you're purchasing a property or it's another large purchase, there's something about paying attention to the fine print or paying attention to the details as well, before you make a firm decision here. And there's also a strong energy of viewing your options. Like, let's just say that you are purchasing property, whether it's like commercial, like for a business, or it's, you're purchasing a home for yourself or your family here. There's something about viewing your options, even if you initially see a property and you're like, okay, yes, this checks off all the boxes here and it feels great. I want to, choose this property. There's something about viewing your other options or being open to, other options before making a firm decision here. And taking your time with making a large decision as well, not acting on anything impulsively. Okay. So next I'm going to use the second oracle. It is a larger deck, guys, so I split it into two, and then I will clarify the energy with tarot. Okay. Yeah, don't rush a large decision or a large purchase that you're making. That's what I'm getting here. Okay. Okay, anything else for my Aquarians? Okay, guys, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have Inkpot, which reads problems to be resolved. Okay, and then we have Hand in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. Door, opportunities are waiting for you. Ear, good news. Rainbow, the most difficult part of a situation is over. This is kind of giving me, or this message is kind of giving me the energy of the Ten of Swords and tarot, right? Because that's usually when like the hardest part of a situation is over. We have Spear, which is heartache over what you no longer have. And then we have feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay. So let's clarify these messages. Now, the first thing that I'm seeing here is like within need of help, assistance, and guidance. This could be you reaching out to someone to help you like navigate a situation. This could be a very close friend, but I feel like reaching out to someone or speaking, opening up about something is actually going to lead to a very positive outcome. Then we have lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. If you feel like there is an energy in your life or a situation or a person that is constantly wanting a reaction from you, I think that you are now in a space of asking yourself, is this really worth the reaction? Is this really worth, me getting angry or frustrated, or should I just let this go? Like, because there is a situation where it requires you to be the bigger person, and there's potential for it to backfire on you if you give someone the reaction that they're seeking. Okay. So let's start off with Inkpot, problems to be resolved. Okay, one more thing, Aquarian, like this is very specific, right? But for some of you, it's not really like about controlling your anger. Like some of you, okay, how do I want to explain this? It's your delivery. It's your delivery. So like if there's a situation at hand, or if there's someone that you work with and, they really, you become frustrated easily, right? Or there is like you're trying to get through to them. There's something about your delivery. So like maybe the change of like the words that you're using, or like changing your tone when you speak to someone here. Like some of you could easily get frustrated in your place of work, or you feel like you have like a low tolerance for, you have like a low tolerance for certain things that you don't agree with, but the way that the message is coming through is like focusing on your delivery. Okay, so problems to be resolved with Inkpot. The Two of Swords. There could be a situation at hand where you're not seeing something clearly. The Two of Swords could be when we're having a hard time seeing past illusions, or we're having a hard time figuring out a new approach. But this is all about looking at a situation for what it is, right? And coming out of a state of denial. So let's just say that you are wanting to approach a business idea in a different way, but you have been doing things in a similar manner for a while here, or for a very long time. There's something about branching out, or maybe even expanding your knowledge that could benefit you, like in a positive way. So then we have Hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. Someone could be coming forward asking you for assistance, but you may be turning this person down, or there's something about the situation that you don't trust. Because the Six of Cups upright, it could touch on like a past lover, returning, and it's usually like there's usually like a very nostalgic energy associated with it. But in reverse, it could be someone is returning and is in need of your help, but you feel a bit used by this person, or you feel like they're only returning because of what you could do for them. So definitely use your discernment with this person returning. We have Lightning, control your anger or you will be sorry. The King of Wands. Yeah. This is about like asserting yourself, where it's like you're able to be open and speak your mind while you are also being considerate of someone else's feelings here. Like, let's just use a generic example. Maybe you work with someone and they really know how to grind your gears, okay? Or they cause a lot of frustration here. There is a way where you can get your point across and say, hey, I don't like this, or I don't like the way that you speak to me, without it escalating. And you fully have control over this situation as well. Okay, this could also be like a fire sign that you kind of have communication issues with. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have Door. Opportunities are waiting for you. And the King of Wands clarifying that message. Like, someone could be very bothered or triggered by your confidence, because the King of Wands is like a very confident and bold energy. So when you are very sure of yourself, when other people are triggered, it's not really a you problem, but it's usually because they either see something in you that they want or they're missing, or they're trying to bring you down. So just keep that in mind, right? Like when it's like, okay, why does this person want a reaction from me, right? Do I want to stoop down to their level? I think that's something that you want to think about as well before, feeding into a situation that may just feel a bit draining. Okay, so opportunities are waiting for you. Ten of Swords, letting go of what no longer aligns with you. If you are holding on to like emotional baggage or a situation of the past, that's creating a block in a new door or a new opportunity coming in for you, right? So if you're like, okay, I'm manifesting a new career, or I'm manifesting, I want a new partnership or a relationship that aligns with my values, that will come in for you when you have healed from your past, or you've completely let go of some sort of emotional baggage or even a grudge that you're holding on to, because you're going to attract what you're thinking of most, not just if you think of something that you want or something new. Sometimes, and then other times you're still attached to the past. So there's something about allowing or accepting an ending fully for what it is, and detaching from it, or trying your best to heal from it, so that you can move towards something that you actually desire, or something that's bigger and better with the Star card. So we have good news here with the Ear card. Let's see. What is the good news for my Aquarians? Okay, we have the Ace of Wands that came out in reverse. Some of you are afraid of like a new start, or there's an opportunity being presented to you. And if afraid is not the right word, maybe you don't feel like you're ready for something, but it's clarifying good news, which means I think that you are ready for an opportunity, or something is being presented to you because you are fully capable of it. But it may be that you're a little bit up in your mind about it, or you're not really, there's a level of uncertainty. But I don't really see, I think this is like unnecessary worry, or you're just feeling a bit nervous, because again, the message is good news. Okay, the Rainbow card reads, the most difficult part of a situation is over. Okay, hold on guys, I just dropped a card here too. Okay. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Let's see. The Lovers and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you have been like involved in a partnership or a relationship that felt very draining, or you feel like a choice was not being made. But the Queen of Pentacles is all about knowing your worth. And also, furthermore, it's about being very cautious or careful with where you're investing your time and energy. So you may have been giving to a situation where you had high hopes between you and another individual, but you feel like a choice was not being made. The connection may still exist, but you feel like someone was making you feel uncertain, or they weren't giving you the reassurance that you deserved or required here. We have heartache over what you no longer have. We have the Nine of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, this is positive, guys. This is something working out in your favor because of your ability to let go of what no longer aligns with you, or what you no longer resonate with. Some of you have been in a situation for a very long time. This could definitely be when it comes to your love life. This could be when it comes to some sort of something that used to fulfill you. So it could even be career, but it's like you have remained, like some of you have remained in a situation because you feel like, okay, I've already invested a lot of time, or this is what feels familiar, but there's something much better for you. Even if you don't feel that way in the now. We have feeling tied down or frustrated. We have the Four of Cups and the Seven of Cups. This is about becoming very clear on your path, about your path, or what you're wanting here. So the Four of Cups and the Seven of Cups, I mean, there could be a little bit of confusion, or you feel like you're constantly going back and forth between, which direction you want to head in when it comes to career, when it comes to your, maybe even physically relocating or your love life. But here's what I will say with the Four of Cups. That could be when there's more of a focus on the past, where we're missing an opportunity that is being presented to us in the now. Okay, so it's a time where you want to be cautious of the thoughts that you're thinking and what you're feeding into mentally. The other thing I will say is the Four of Cups could be when we are receiving like a wish or a manifestation, but because it's not being presented to us the way that we want it to, we are not paying attention to it, or we are not, acting on that opportunity. Like a good example for like the Four of Cups could be, let's say that you are wanting to like bake a cake, okay? And so you're like, or let's just say, okay, you want a cake right now. And so the cake is not being presented to you, but the egg flour and, butter is, right? So it's like, you can still bake the cake on your own, or ultimately it's still a cake that's being presented to you, but because it's not the fully, the cake that's fully baked and presented to you that way, it could be that you feel like, okay, well, this is not what I want. Like there is something here that you're desiring that is being presented to you, but because it's not showing up maybe how you had it in mind or how you had a vision of it, it could be that you're not seeing it for what it is what I'm getting at, okay? So that is what I'm getting for you guys. Moving on to Pisces. Okay, Pisces, let's see. What do my Pisceans need to know at this time? Let's see. Okay. We have the message of love. Love is in the air, a great time for commitment and taking relationships to the next level. Okay, so there could be like a emphasis on love at this time. It could be that you're connecting with someone new and you're focused on building a relationship here. Okay, some of you feel very pleased or you're very content with where you are currently at in life. Maybe you feel like your career is taking off and you are happy with your stability and your family and that sort of thing. But there's like a missing piece, or maybe you feel like you want someone to share this journey with. So many of you could be focused on love at this time. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to go in with the second oracle here, guys. This is a larger deck, so I split it into two, and then we will clarify these messages with tarot. For some of you, like if you're introverted or you spend a lot of time on your own, there's something about like being more social or putting yourself out there. Maybe going to places that you usually don't go in order to meet new people or build new connections. Okay. I'm also seeing an image of like a gaming console. So like some of you could be, maybe you like to play like video games, or there's something with that coming through. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's see. Okay, so the first message that we have here, guys, is finger warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. And then we have the carrot card, which is opportunity or windfall. Firecracker, excitement. And then we also have wealth. Waiting for news, package, or letter. There could be something that you're anticipating here. Some of you, like you could be wanting to have a change in career, or maybe you have applied for like a new job and you're waiting, on like an acceptance letter or news from a new job here. We have whale, great worry over nothing. Okay. And then we have older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. There's definitely a situation that you could feel a little bit stressed out about, or you're like in your own way. But I think that there's a lot of unnecessary worry going on because the surrounding cards are very positive. Okay, so let's clarify These energies with tarot. Let's start off with the finger card, which again reads warning you of a problem either now or in the future. Seems to me that this is something that could be avoided. Let's see. The Five of Wands. Wow. And what's interesting, guys, is the Five of Wands quite literally speaks about conflicts that lack importance, conflicts that we could avoid, right? Whether this be someone in your life that you feel like wants a reaction from you, whether this is, a social group that you're involved in, but you feel like the social group comes with a lot of chaos or drama. There's some sort of changes that you can make where you are not going to, like, you don't have to be involved in something that feels draining, okay? Now, I will say with the Five of Wands, like there could be some sort of like petty conflict when it comes to your place of work. Like some of you could work in a very competitive environment. Maybe you work, in like a commission-based environment, or there's just some form of competition at your place of work here. But it's like, it doesn't seem like it's a conflict that's really important. It more so seems like someone either wants a reaction from you or it's something you could avoid here. Okay. And the Five of Wands also touches on like, external opinions. So this could be a time where maybe you feel like things are working out for you and you're in a positive space, but maybe you feel that the people around you are not happy for you, or there's some sort of negative influence that you don't want to feed into. Okay. We have the Carrot card, opportunity or windfall. Also, Pisces, pay attention to how people react when you share good news with them. That's a very good way of telling whether or not you should be sharing news with that individual in the first place. And it will save you a lot of your energy here. So we have the Seven of Wands, clarifying the Carrot card. Okay. Now, what I see here, guys, is like if there's some sort of good news that's coming in for you, if there is some sort of when it comes to like a windfall or a really great opportunity or, something that is working out for you, the Seven of Wands is a very protective energy. So protect what's yours, yes, but also be careful with like who you're sharing your ideas with or desires or manifestations with at this time. Because I see something working out for you, but it could also lead to like competition or envy if you are, kind of publicizing certain things to certain people or for the wrong reasons here. Firecracker, excitement. Ace of Cups. This is definitely like a new beginning in love, but this card also touches on like emotional release. So some of you could be detaching from a past situation, or because there is a level of healing that has taken place for you with the Star card, you're, attracting something new here. I feel like you're receiving an offer that is that you would actually want to accept. That feels very exciting. This could definitely be from another water sign, so another Pisces like yourself, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay. But there's some of you could be like developing a connection with someone that you met through like a family friend or like a mutual friend. Okay, what's the Wealth card? The Queen of Swords. Here's what I'm seeing, Pisces, and I'm receiving this persistently. There's something working out for you, but with the Queen of Swords, it's like a very clear-cut energy. Be very honest with yourself, right? If let's just say that there's an increase when it comes to your, income, or you are receiving some sort of a promotion, there's like, you are feeling happy, but there's also an energy of being very honest with yourself. So maybe this could look differently for each and every one of you, but maybe for some of you, it's like, okay, I'm happy in the now, but is there something more that I could do? Or is there something more that I want? Okay. And this is also about seeing past illusions. So any offers that come your way, you definitely want to pay attention to the details, or, read the fine print, if you will. I also feel, guys, with the Queen of Swords, right now, I think that it's very important for you to use your discernment when it comes to relationships and partnerships as well, right? whether it's connections that no longer align with you or your values, or it's people that you have cut ties with that are returning. There should be a question of why. And maybe some of you are in this energy of wanting people to prove themselves to you instead of just buying what they're telling you as well. Okay, waiting for news package letter. The Justice card. Yeah, I feel like you're receiving good news, guys, or there's something about acceptance. So I don't know if I'm receiving the word acceptance because you're receiving like an acceptance letter, or if it's like finally feeling like something you've been desiring or manifesting is coming in for you. And it feels like you're going to be able to find a balance between, work and life, and making time for yourself and making time for your friends, that sort of thing. But the Justice card is not just something working out in your favor. That card touches on karma and dharma, which means what you've gone through, or something you've been working towards. Maybe even if you did not feel that your efforts were being acknowledged in the past, they are in the now, or something is working out exactly the way that it's supposed to. This is positive karma that you're receiving here, not just for your consistency, but for sticking to something even when it felt difficult, or even when it felt easier to give up. And then we have the Whale card, great worry over nothing. Three of Cups. And then we have the Four of Cups. Yeah, great worry over nothing, clarifying or being clarified by the Three of Cups. Like, some of you could be up in your mind about a situation. The Three of Cups is a very social card. So this could be like putting yourself out there, being more social, hanging out with friends, or asking for a second opinion. But there's like a very lighthearted energy coming through here, Pisces. Like, this is not just about releasing control, but I feel like, for example, if you have been on your own for a very long time, or you have a very small social circle, there's something about being in this lighthearted energy and being open to creating new friendships and new connections, and it can actually benefit you in a very positive way. Some of you may feel like when you connect with someone, or when you meet someone new, you have some sort of a guard up. But I think letting down a guard, or connecting with, people, even if it's like, again, new connections, I think it's going to turn out much better than you anticipate it to. It's something about letting loose. Like, maybe you feel like you've been a little uptight, or you feel like you haven't really been open with others, or you've been going through something on your own, and you haven't really been in the most social energy. There's something about like letting your guard down, but also accepting invitations. Okay. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. Some of you could be healing your relationship with like a maternal figure. So like, this could quite literally be like healing a relationship with your mother or like grandmother. We have the Nine of Wands and the Hierophant. Some of you could be going to someone for advice as well about like a connection or a higher level of commitment. The Hierophant's also a card of like learning, like higher knowledge or some form of elevation. So there could be someone in your life that is giving you a different perspective, or you're gaining a lot of knowledge from them, where you're able to expand in something that you're already doing or already familiar with. We have the Nine of Wands here. This is someone who has gone through a lot, or they have gone through their fair share of battles, where they're able to assist you or help you navigate your current journey here. Now, this is very specific, Pisces, but some of you may have, like growing up, or some time in your childhood, your parents may have had issues, or you are from a family where your parents are divorced. So there's something about like healing a connection with your mother, or maybe you feel like after a divorce, your relationship with your mother versus your father has really altered in one way or another, and you're working through that relationship. I know that's very specific, but it's coming through. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.